everybody. Welcome to ASAP, Unscripted episode. Who knows? I'm your boy, Jay McLovin, and man, I can't wait for tonight. We got the Bengals. We got, who the hell are the Bengals? Miami. Oh,
Miami.
Jesus.
My team.
Hey, I know. Calm down. My brain's a little slow today. Bengals and Miami. I picked Miami, by the way, so and I'm still in the survival round, so we'll see what happens. But
I'm rolling with the Bengals tonight.
Yes. And I got it written down, and we'll get into that here in a sec. But Gonzo, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good, brother. Ready for this big wrestling show we have Saturday night. So you see, I had to bring out my inner luchador for a minute.
Got the face mask on.
Look at this dude. Yeah. Holy crap.
Got a big wrestling show Saturday night at Mick Foley's going to be at. Tune in 7 p.m. Eastern, live on ASAP and on the Gonzo Sports Room Network. The Boogeyman's going to be there. Going to be an awesome show.
Some damn worms. I know God's going to be eating some worms. You got to eat some worms in the luchador.
And Chris will be wrestling as well.
Oh, it's going to be amazing.
Hey, you never know. You have to tune in to find out.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Hey, we'll be tuning in. I guarantee. I'm going to see Gonzo eat some damn worms. On the other slide, we got Big Shot Rob in the house. What is up, my brother?
Not much, Jay. Just getting ready for this big Dolphins Bengals game tonight, man. I'm excited, but at the same time a little bit nervous. But I'm pumped up, man, for this game tonight. I can't wait to see Tua versus Burrow and how they go at it. Should be a great game tonight.
Oh, all right. And then we got Babyface Logan in the house. What's up? And I think Babyface is in a Honda going down the road. How's it going, brother? Logan, you there?
Logan, you there?
And see, folks, that's why I don't buy a Honda.
I don't think.
Okay, Logan's that's there, why I don't buy a Honda.
I think Frankie the Yankees down there.
We're getting to Frankie. I guess we'll have to come back to Logan. God knows where he goes. Frankie, the Yankee. Hey, I'm glad you made it. How is our baby girl Carson doing, Bubba?
Carson's doing good right now. She's resting right next to me.
That's good.
Give that baby a kiss. She's there. If y'all don't know, man, hey, she's under the weather. She
What's
got a
up,
fever,
Frankie?
and they're in the ER right now, trying to get her back in health, and so they can get home and chill. Yeah, man. Hey, we thinking about you, brother, man, and get that baby healthy. Give her a kiss for us. All right, folks. Hey, we got a great show for you lined up. We're
100%.
gonna talk
Also,
a
what's
little
up, Jay?
bit. Huh? Oh, you're back. Jesus. Oh, Logan, that Honda is amazing. I don't know what you paid for it, but that mic thing out of your radio has got to be the best. Okay. Hey, Logan, man, what's going on, brother?
It's just a simple USB cord, man.
Look, I don't know what you got,
much,
man.
Jay.
All I know.
Some food before the game tonight, so that's where I'm at.
That's where you're at. You're getting food before the game. So you put food above properly being ready for the show at home. Okay, you know what, Logan? After the show, you're on notice, and we're gonna have a conference, and we're gonna have to reevaluate where you go from here. But it's okay. Don't worry about it. You're gonna be on the show.
Have a closed door meeting.
Yeah, we're gonna have a closed door meeting. Okay.
The real question, Jay, is can you set up a conference?
Oh snap! You know what, Logan? Thanks to Google, yes, I can. And again, you know, Josh McDaniel just had his closed door meeting, so you're right in alignment with your team, and that's amazing. Okay, folks, we're not going to dwell on the punishment of Logan Landers. We're going to get into this show a little bit. Let's talk a little Zion. Can we talk some Zion real quick? He looked amazing, and he looked dominant, according to the coach, Willie Green. He said the team scrimmages, he's going strong. He's got his strength. He's got his speed, you know, and his teammates, McCullum and all those guys, they're louding him. They're saying how great he looks in these scrimmages. Again, so they're saying that they're saying his decision making is quick, whether he passes the ball or whether he scores. So again, can they build the chemistry really is, I think, probably the only thing holding them back, and I don't think it's going to be a problem. I'm wondering, number one, can this man stay healthy? That's question one. And two, how far do the Pelicans go with him, given what they did last year? Gonzo, what do you think?
Oh, if Zion's healthy, I think the Pelicans are going to be a threat in the West. I mean, look what they've done against the Suns last year without him, with Ingram and McCollum, and you add Zion in there, and if he stays healthy for the whole season, I think that makes them. I think they could be maybe a top 4 or 5 team in the West if Zion's healthy the whole season.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. That's exactly where my thought process, given how well that team looked last year. Again, big shot Rob, man. Zion's back. He's looking strong. Can he stay healthy, though, the whole season? I mean, literally, can this man stay on the court for a full season?
Yeah, Jay, I sure hope so, man, because I love to see this kid play, and I love to see the Pelicans do well and make the playoffs. It's a 50-50 chance that he stays healthy, but I think if he stays healthy and with CJ McCollum there, they can be a playoff team. Are they real contenders for the championship, or can they win the West? I'm not sure. We're gonna have to see the chemistry of this team and how they look once Zion is back. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Absolutely, Logan. Thoughts? Does he stay healthy? Do these guys have a legitimate? No. Do you think they have a legitimate shot with a healthy Zion to make the finals? I love Logan.
I would say a ceiling of the Western Conference Finals. I don't know if they're quite there yet. They're there yet, but I'd say Western Conference Finals. But with the way he's looking right now, Jay, he looks real good. He looks in great shape like he did back in college. So I'm hyped for him this upcoming year, and I want to see a full season out of this monster.
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, who's not ready for a healthy Zion in a season? I mean, honestly, it's long overdue that we should have seen him. I mean, honestly. Okay, last question, Gonzo. With a healthy Zion on the court, and if he does get his career back on track, which it looks like he is, if he stays healthy throughout his career, where do we, and I know, again, this is a very extremely early prediction, but how good can this man be? I mean, can he be in the realm of a LeBron? Can he be in the realm of an Embiid, a Giannis, all that? I mean, can he be in that level?
I think he has a chance of being in that level if he can stay healthy. Dude, his re-jumping ability is out of this world. It's that second jump where he beats everybody, because he can jump and then come back up again so damn quick. And,
right.
And for being the big man, I mean, he's so quick, and injuries is the only thing that really scares me. I think if he stays healthy, that I think we'll be talking about him as at some point as one of the best players in the league.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Rob, back in the day when Shaq roamed the courts, it was Hack and Shaq. If you all remember Hack and Shaq, that's the only way they felt like they could compete with him, is to hack him, put him on the line, because they knew the man couldn't shoot a free throw to save his life. Do we see Zion, a healthy Zion, being that kind of a player like Shaq was, where they feel like they got to do a Hack and Shaq or Hack and Zion to slow him down?
I'm not sure. I think it's a 50-50 chance. But the main thing that Zion needs to do is come into this season healthy. You need to make sure he's healthy, he's in good shape, he's not overweight, and he just comes in there ready to play. And then, I just want to see how the chemistry looks of this team. They got CJ McCollum, they got some other guys on this team. I just want to see how the chemistry looks. If the chemistry looks good early on, I think there's a good chance they're going to make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to be contenders, but they'll definitely be a playoff team.
Yeah, absolutely. Logan, when we look at Lamar Jackson, and again, this is early, so I want to put that out there. This is early. But when we look at Lamar Jackson, when we look at Josh Allen, who is more likely, in your opinion, to be MVP? Now, let me give you a couple of little background numbers to help out your estimation. You got Allen with 1,014 yards, 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions with a 77 QBR and 113 yards rushing. You got Lamar Jackson at 749 yards passing, 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, a 78 QBR with 243 rushing yards. Where do you put him at?
Right now, I've got Lamar as my MVP right now, Jay, because he almost is leading the league in terms of touchdowns for teams. The Lions, I believe, are right above him. But as a player, he's got 10 passing touchdowns, like you mentioned. He's got 2 on the ground. And, I mean, if it wasn't for that god-awful defense that the Ravens have, I mean, they would be a better team. But let's be real here. That pass defense is atrocious. It is not the offense's problem in Baltimore. So right now I've got him as MVP with, obviously, like you said, Josh Allen. He's my number 2. But, I mean, I think both of them are going to be fighting at it the whole year. And we'll see who else can get into the mix.
Yeah. Let me say something real quick.
Interesting. Real quick, and then actually, the man is here is a good person to ask. Bringing him in right now. I'm hearing JP, is that you, Bubba? Okay. Let me take that back, Harold. Correct me if I'm wrong. Terry O'Neill, that's JP, correct?
I can't even tell. I can't even see.
Terry Noel.
Oh, okay, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, when I bring him in, I can hear me. That's really weird.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was I guess the wrong.
Let me try that. Hold on. Let me try this. Let me try that again, and bring him in.
You don't have to bring him in, man.
Terry, can you hear me? Terry, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Hey, do you know why I'm getting? this feedback?
Man, I'm in Florida.
Oh wait, Terry, do you have me? Let me try this. I think Terry. Do you have me on? What do you call it? On the background on your device.
Yeah, on my device. Yeah.
Just give him the link to check.
Turn that off.
How do I turn it off?
He just wants to check out the show. I don't think he wants to.
I don't think he wants to like. He's not going to come on talk.
Yeah, give him the thing.
Okay, I got you. Let me remove that. I apologize.
Oh, he was talking, Jay.
There we go. Yeah. Hey, Terry, I got you.
Josh Allen, he's doing good, man. I like him. He's a good quarterback. He's a good passer. I would bet on him to make it good this season.
Right. I'm gonna take you out, JP. I know you're here to watch. I didn't realize you were under so I'm gonna take you back out for a second, okay?
JP's here, I think. Yeah. Yeah, JP, I think.
He said he's here.
I don't know why I'm hearing that.
echo.
Yeah, I don't know either. So we're gonna take.
Yeah, just give Terry the link
to watch it.
He said he wanted to watch this show. I gave him.
But he can see the show from right here. Yeah. I already sent him the link, so we're good. All right, hey, yeah, it's on Terry's end. Yeah, that's what I was saying. There's a echo coming off of Terry's end. We'll get that figured out in due time. For right now, Terry, just go ahead and watch the show with us so you can see how things go, and then we'll work that technical issue out on another show. Again, okay, guys. Lamar, real quick before we move on, I'm going to ask you real quick, big shot, Rob, what do you think about Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen? Who would you consider your early MVP? I know a lot of people are saying Jackson. Are you on that same mindset?
I would go with Lamar, yeah, because he's playing for that contract and he wants to put on a show. He doesn't he wants to put on a show to get that contract. The Ravens don't have such a great defense, but Lamar's been putting on a show lately. Last week against New England, he had, I believe, 100 rush yards and 4 passing touchdowns. So he's looked very good through the first 3 weeks of the season. We all know what Josh Allen can do. That's no surprise there, with all the weapons he has and how good he is. But another guy you forgot to mention that you left out of the mix is Jalen Hurts from Philadelphia. Man, this guy's been looking good the first couple of weeks. I know they have, I believe, week 1 they played the Lions, and who did they play a couple weeks after? But that's another guy you got to watch out for.
We know they just played. They just played the Vikings. They just played as well.
Yeah, they played the Vikings, so they beat a good team on Monday Night Football. The Vikings They beat the Lions, and they just got off a win over the Commanders. So they beat really one really good team, I would say, with beating the Vikings. The Lions are looking better though. I mean, you got to admit the Lions do look better, and not so much the Commanders though. But they did get a good division win, so that's a good win right there. So I would definitely consider Jalen Hurts as well. So I would go like probably Lamar, maybe Jalen, and then Allen third. But it's really hard right now because it's still so early in the year. But once we get later in the year, we can really see, who has the best numbers and whose team is like winning the most. That can really determine who's the real MVP or not.
No, I get it. And I'm gonna let you slide I'm gonna let you slide Allen down to number 3, only because the fact that, let's be honest, to your point, Jalen Hurts is 4-0, 3-0, whatever it is. I mean, so the fact that he's undefeated, I can see why you would put him ahead of Allen. So yeah, man, it's going to be a hell of a season. I know it's kind of early. I want to get into a little baseball. We are in the final week, as you know, of the regular season. We're getting ready to jump into the playoffs next week. But for this week, we're still in a pretty big week, right? You got Mets versus the Braves. Who will win the division and who will be put into the wild card? Right now, Mets and Braves, as you know, are tied. Gonzo, who do you have winning that division? Obviously, whoever you have, they will put the other team in the wild card. So, who gets the division?
I think the Mets are going to get it. I've been high on the Mets all season, as you know. That's who I picked to make it to the World Series out of the National League. I think them hopefully getting Scherzer back and getting him healthy is really going to help them. But I think they're going to finish out the season strong and then end up winning this division.
Yeah, and of course, with the healthy Scherzer, healthy Grom.
Actually, I might want to change my opinion because I don't know if I want to agree with Damian.
Oh man,
no, I'm sticking with the Mets.
Hey, listen, normally I would say no backsies, but again, when Damian does that, I can't fault you. Real quick, so Big Shot Rob, does Aaron Judge get the Triple Crown and the 62 home run? We know he just got 61, so he's one away. And I tell people all the time, he has not made history yet. He will not make history until he gets 62, and then he breaks history. Okay, that's just my opinion. I'm sticking with it. But Aaron Judge, does he get the Triple Crown? Does he get 62 with only a handful of games left?
Yeah, I think easily he's going to get 62. They have 6 or 7 games left. Easily he's going to get 62. There's no doubt in my mind that he's going to get 62 for sure. But as far as getting the Triple Crown, the batting average, I'm not so sure on that. So I would say that's kind of up in the air right now with the batting average thing. Who's he competing with for the batting average again, by the way?
He's Alvarez,
right?
Yeah,
it's
no,
not
Goldsmith is National League. The Triple Crown goes by the league you're in, so he's only competing against hitters in the American League, and it's like that Alvarez or Alvarez or however you say his name. They're literally like .001, so it's a fraction of a point a difference.
Yeah, so Yordan Alvarez from Houston, okay. So
no, not Yordan Alvarez from Houston. It's a different Alvarez. Alvarez, or I'm saying his name wrong, but it's on the Alvarez, or I don't know. It's hard to say his damn name, but all you need to know is he's right now currently he's not in the Triple Crown, but it's off of like a fraction of a basis point on his average. So again, and that's kind of a good segue there, Gonzo, because he is trying to get 62, and we can see that it's clearly hurting his average, where he'll fluctuate between 316 all the way down to 313. And the guy that's behind him is probably sitting around at 314. I understand that it's nice to get 62 home runs, but I also know that the more important record isn't the home run as it is the Triple Crown. Would you agree? And if so, is he ruining his chances at history like that when he's trying to chase his home run record?
I don't know if he's ruining his chances, but I do agree. I would like to see him get the Triple Crown more than to me, it's more important than the 62. But like I said this last week on the show, I think the longer it takes him to get to 62, the more it hurts his chances. of the triple crown because he's going to keep pressing and pressing. So I'm hoping he gets the 62 maybe like either tonight or tomorrow. Get it out of the way, and maybe he'll play more free the last few games of the season. I think he gets the triple crown, but I do think the longer it takes to get this 62, it starts hurting his chances more of getting it because the longer it takes, the more that pressure is going to build up like it did when everybody was waiting on 61.
Right. So right now he's actually tied. Arraez out of Minnesota. That's who he's tied with right now. And right now they're both tied at 313. So he's literally tied right now for that batting average. So I don't know
and
how
he might
that
not get
work.
a lot of pitches to hit. He might not get a lot of pitches to hit because the guys behind him in the order haven't been hitting the ball. So they're going to walk him and take their chances against Rizzo and them guys until them guys start hitting. That's true.
We
have to look at.
Right, and that's true, and that's the thing, right? I think, since they're not pitching to him, it would help out his triple crown to just basically let them walk him because that's what they're going to do. They're going to walk him and keep his average where it's at, rather than, it's like Albert Pujols said, don't worry about trying to get the home run. Just trying to put a good swing on the ball, and I don't think he's putting good swings on it when he's trying to chase probably other bad pitches in hopes that he'll get that home run. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Reyes is at 350. The website I looked at had him at 313, but we'll go with 315. I mean, honestly, I think they're all right in that ballpark. So,
I was gonna say one thing real quick.
His home run record though is killing his his
Jay.
chances. Yeah.
Hey, Rob was wanting to say something real quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm sorry, Rob.
I hope he gets the 62 also, and I like to see him win the Triple Crown. But the most important thing for the Yankees is to be healthy for the playoffs. So, do you guys think at all, like if he gets the 62 home runs in the next couple of days, like let's say he gets it over the weekend, do you think there's any chance the Yankees would rest him before the playoffs, or they're going to let him ride it out for the rest of the season?
I don't think they will, man. I don't think they will. I think they're going to play him regardless because I just don't see them resting him when they want to keep that. Because you want to try to build that momentum going into the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you want to try to.
Yeah. The Yankees are going to have a first round bye anyways, right?
Yeah,
so
they will. I'll tell you what's more of an issue, though, honestly. And God, so you tell me if I'm right or wrong. But I think this home run records chase and all the hoopla around Aaron Judge actually is a distraction to their bid for a World Series title. What do you think?
I think what helps them, where I don't think it's going to be a big distraction, is having that first round bye. They get that first round bye. I think that really helps because then they have a chance to kind of reset, relax, and get ready for the playoffs. Like I said, hopefully he gets it quick because the longer it drags out. Now, now if he's still trying to get a 62 the last game of the season, then I can understand what you're saying, Jay. It might carry over a little bit, so that's why I think he needs to get the 62 quicker. So then that frees that up, and he can just concentrate on playing baseball, and not have to answer to with the media all the time about why he didn't hit number 62 tonight.
No, I agree with you. And again, to John Suggs' point, the pitching for the Yankees hasn't always been the best. So I could see that being an issue and why they'd be worried about that. Last thing I'm going to talk about, and then we'll get into the Dolphins game on Thursday night, is the Phillies and Brewers are battling for the final spot to get into the playoffs, and neither team really seems like they really want that final spot. And I'll explain what I'm saying. Philadelphia has gone 3-7 over their past 10. Milwaukee's gone 5-5 over their past 10. So nobody is really taking charge and trying to earn that final spot. If you were to guess who gets that final spot between the two, one-word answers only, please. Is it Braves or Phillies? Gonzo.
Did you say Braves or Phillies?
Or, excuse me, Brewers or Phillies?
I'm going to go with the Phillies.
That's a good choice. What about you, Big Shot?
I'll go with the Phillies, too.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I'm leaning right now as well, is with the Phillies. Neither one, like I said, really wanting it, but I see a little bit more out of, I think, the Phillies.
All
right, folks. we're gonna go ahead and get into this show now. We're gonna talk.
What's up, Pride?
We're gonna talk some bingo. Is Pride here?
Right.
He's in the comments.
He's in the comments.
Man,
What's
hey,
up,
listen.
boys?
I always know Pride's creeping in the window somewhere.
Yeah.
Hey, he's
What's
always
up, Pride?
watching.
Hey, it's good to see you, brother. Good to see you, man. And again, Pride, put in the comments who you think gets in, Phillies or Brewers. All right, folks. Hey, we're gonna get into this show. Thursday night prediction. We got Miami versus the Bengals. I'm going with Miami on this, guys. I'll be honest with you. I'm going with Miami. To quote Tyreek Hill, the cheetah is here. The cheetah is here. Yes. Yes. Hill versus Apple, honestly. And when I think about that, I see the cheetah burning Hill to the point where even the other corners and safeties have come to his defense and say, hey, we got your back, Hill. We got your back, Apple. We're not going to let you fail. But again, the Bengals are what, 0-2 before beating the damn Jets. Miami got the win over Buffalo to go 3-0. Bridgewater, if Tua doesn't look, and Tua looks like he's going to get to go. They've kind of come out and said he's going to get to go. If he gets to go, then I think they're going to keep Bridgewater on a very close leash, because if he doesn't look right, I think we see Bridgewater coming in. So one of my questions to you guys is, if you choose Miami, is Bridgewater in the back of your mind coming in? And do you think if he has to come in, does that change your prediction, or do you stay with Miami? And again, Miami does have a pretty damn good defense. Gonzo, what are we looking at here, brother? By the way, Pride has the Brewers getting that final spot. We'll see what happens there. But Gonzo, what do you think about that, brother?
You wouldn't know who I think is going to win the game, or about Bridgewater?
I think both. Give me your predictions. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
so tell me.
I'll start with the Bridgewater question. Question.
Yeah.
On that, I mean, I think if you're going to pick the Dolphins, I don't think that's in the back of your mind, because you're hoping that Tua is okay, or they wouldn't put him on the field. But I mean, if he does come in, he's a capable backup. I think he can come in and manage the game. He might not give you some of the more explosive plays that they've had, but I think he could come in the game and at least manage the game, and maybe not make that big mistake. But as far as this game, I like the Bengals tonight. I think the key to the game is going to be the offensive line. If the Bengals offensive line can't protect Burrow a little bit better than what they've been doing, it's going to be a long game for Joe Burrow. And I think the Bengals play calling has to be better. They're calling too many of these long developing routes. They got to get the ball out of Burrow's hand quick. I think at home they'll do that. So I like the Bengals tonight, but I think it's going to be a good football game.
Ruth says that, and she said exactly what I thought. She said that Miami wins because of their defense, and she says Tua just needs to throw one touchdown. I don't know. I think he might need to throw at least one more. I think 2 touchdowns or run for one or something. But again, John Suggs says that he thinks that Miami defense is pretty good, not great, but good. And what does he say? And teams can get to Burrow. They might be able to. It might be a long night for him. So again, yeah, that defense is a big thing. Honestly,
I think Burrow and Chase. I think it's the weekend Burrow and Chase finally get to going. I think this is the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's be honest, they need a game like this to get them going. That Jets game really didn't mean a whole lot, but the Miami Dolphins game, now that carries a little weight. So we'll see what happens. Big Shot Rob.
Yeah, this is a very tough game. I think it's going to be a very close game tonight. I'm gonna go with my team, the Dolphins, to pull this one out because of our defense, and I'm hoping that Tua can just play a decent game and stay healthy, or we don't have to go to Bridgewater, because if we have to go to Bridgewater, I think we're going to lose this game. I like the other guy behind Bridgewater, Skylar Thompson, more. So if he were to play, I would give us more of a chance. But I think the defense will play well tonight against the Bengals. I think we're going to get pressure on Joe Burrow, because that offensive line is not great. And also, you're going to have Xavier Howard covering Jamar Chase. So he will literally be shadowing Jamar Chase the entire game. So I'm sure he'll get blanketed. So Joe Burrow is going to have to look for those other wide receivers tonight, and maybe the tight end. He'll have to look for like T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd, as well as the tight end Hayden Hurst. So we'll see what happens. And I think I think another guy needs to have a big game in order for the Bengals to win is Joe Mixon. I don't think he's had a breakout game yet. He's definitely going to need to give him something. The Bengals, they beat the Jets, and the Jets aren't a great team. They haven't had that breakout game yet, so it's possible that they might have that game tonight, being that it's at home. It's a short week. Miami's kind of banged up going to Cincinnati, so the game's really a toss-up. I'm a Dolphins fan, so I can't really bet against my team. I'm going to go with my team. If they lose, they lose, but Cincinnati's a very good team, and I got the utmost respect for them.
Absolutely. And, Pride obviously comes in and says, they upgraded that offensive line down there in Buffalo. And, of course, he says, laughing my ass off. Yeah, again, that's – yeah. Logan, Miami and Bengals, who you picking, brother, and why?
I'm going to go with Cincy tonight. I think they'll get it on track. If not, it's going to be hard for them to recoup.
Thank you, Logan. I didn't want to be by myself.
Oh, you good. Miami's been off to a blazing hot start, we all know. But I think that Cincy has it tonight. If Miami wins, then I think it's time, Rob, you're going to enjoy this. We need to start taking them pretty serious because it's a hot start. And they're looking good. But like you said, they've got a lot of injuries, a lot of guys banged up. We don't know how Tua's going to look, if he's even going to play, and if so, for how long. And a lot more, like we mentioned. But I like the Bengals' chances. But my God, the one thing they need to work on still, and the one thing that could be their downfall, is that O-line play. As long as it keeps up, it keeps Burrow upright. I think that's their key to victory, as in all the games this year, honestly.
And I think they need a little bit better play calling.
Yeah.
And I think the key for Miami
experience.
No, absolutely. And I think the key for Miami is going to be that run game. I mean, they can pass the ball, with Hill and Waddle, and Gesicki, at the tight end. But can they get Chase Edmonds going against that Bengals defense, and vice versa? Can Mixon get his run game going against the Dolphins? So I think because both clubs can throw the ball. I mean, both of them have amazing wide receivers. It's going to be whoever run. My prediction is whoever runs the ball better, most likely will probably pull out that game. But again, I did pick Miami in this. Speaking of picks, I picked Miami. Robert has the Steelers. Logan has the Vikings, and Frankie has the Cardinals. So we're the final four, the survival series. Pride got the last one, so we'll see who gets this one. So we'll see what happens. Rob Scott's going Bengals. So again, don't feel so lonely, Gonzo. There's a few Bengals out there supporting you. What a time to be alive. Okay, so we're gonna get in now to a little college preview. As you know, Saturday coming up is going to be the games. I got a couple of games I'm looking at, guys. I'll get your opinion on. You got Kentucky versus Ole Miss. Kentucky's at number 7, and Ole Miss is ranked 14th. I think the key there is going to be that transfer portal. And Will Levis, he comes in as a backup quarterback, and now he's probably looks like he's going to be the top draft prospect in next year's draft for Kentucky. You guys kind of know that Kentucky is primarily known as a basketball school, not really so much football. So it surprises me a school that's known for basketball is ranked as high as 7. Really speaks volumes. I do kind of think that Ole Miss will get the win here tonight. So that's going to be my upset, is that Ole Miss gets the win over Kentucky. Even though Kentucky did get the win over Florida, can Kentucky step up their pass defense against Levi's? And I apologize, Levi's is Ole Miss. And can Ole Miss stop the run against Judkins? So those are kind of the two questions there. But I'm going with Ole Miss. Who do you have, Gonzo? Ole Miss or Kentucky?
I like Kentucky in this game.
Okay.
Kentucky's defense is only giving up 163 yards in the air and only 108 yards on the ground, where Ole Miss's defense is giving up 193 yards. Ain't a whole lot more, but a little more, and they're giving averaging 119 yards rushing a game that their defense is giving up. And if you go total yards, Kentucky's offense is better in total yards. Yards rushing is where Ole Miss is killing it. They have a 280 yards rushing so far. So I think that's going to be the key to the game is if Kentucky can stop Ole Miss's run game. But I like Kentucky in this game.
Okay, Rob?
Yeah, I'll go Ole Miss since they're at home, but I think it's going to be a real competitive game that comes down to the end.
Absolutely. Logan, who are you picking, brother? Ole Miss or Kentucky?
This could be a good game. Both these teams very highly ranked, good head coaching, and a big factor here, Chris, you mentioned the running game for Ole Miss. The running game for Kentucky is about to get even better. They're getting back Chris Rodriguez, who's a tremendous back for them.
Yep.
He's going to be back and healthy. We all know Will Levis, like Jay mentioned, went from an unknown guy to a potential top quarterback in the draft. And we know, like I said, Ole Miss has got some great players, but I would give the slight edge to Kentucky in this one in a close ball game.
Yeah, it's gonna be hella good. The next game I'm kind of looking at, Texas Tech beat Texas and knocked them out of the rankings. Kansas State beat OU and knocked them out of, I think, the number 6 spot. So we got now Kansas State coming in the rankings at 25. Texas Tech, Kansas State. I'm going to roll with Texas Tech here. I just like these underdogs, and I like what Texas Tech is doing on the defense and the offense. Honestly, both sides of it. Gonzo, who are you taking? Are you going to go with Tech or are you going to go with Kansas State?
I'm going to go with Texas Tech in this game. Only thing that kind of does worry me is that it being at Kansas State. That could be hard going in there and winning, but I think Texas Tech is going to pick up a big win.
Okay, absolutely. And then Rob, how are you looking at that one? Texas Tech or Kansas State?
I'm gonna roll with the Red Raiders, man. Texas Tech.
Yeah, I'm rolling with the Red Raiders as well. Logan, who you got, brother?
Ooh, I'll be the one outlier here. I'll rock with Kansas State. Like you said, they're at home. Crowd's going to be pumped. But the real question, I need to see how the quarterback play is going to be because we know with, Martinez back in, where was he at? Nebraska, I believe, wasn't always the best looking, we'll say. And if he can show up, then, hey, he'll make a believer. Also, they have a really good running back core, too. So I'll give that the advantage in this ball game.
One thing about Kansas State that worries me is: are you going to have that hangover after you had that big win last week? Or are you going to have that letdown this week?
Yeah,
that's a big question, especially coming off that OU win. Oh my God! He said best game to laugh at was Miami's loss to Middleton. Yeah, that was pretty horrible. I got to admit that was freaking horrible. Speaking of horrible,
get over there, Rob. Get your boys ready.
Yeah, man, I know.
Rob, I made the comment. I said somebody needs to call Rob and check on him after that Middle Tennessee. But real quick, man, hey, listen, we got Clemson versus NC State. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is the first top 5 team to get bumped out. I think NC State goes in there and takes out Clemson. Given how Clemson played last week and how they played it previous, I think this is NC State's game to win. Gonzo, do you see it differently?
I think it's going to be a real good game, but I don't trust Clemson's offense yet. So I'm gonna go with NC State on this. I think their defense will be able to slow Clemson's offense down enough, and I think NC State will be able to score enough points. Their quarterback has 9 touchdowns, but Clemson's quarterback is known for 10 touchdowns as well. But it seems like there's times that offense just kind of goes stale and can't move the ball. And that's what scares me against NC State. So I'm going to take NC State as well, Jay.
Yeah, absolutely. Big shot, Rob. Who you rocking with?
Yeah, hold it right there, man. I think this game's going to be a straight shootout like it was with Clemson and Wake Forest. I'm going to take Clemson because they're at home. But it's going to be a straight shootout, I tell you that right now. It wouldn't be surprising to see North Carolina State win. But I just think Clemson at home has the advantage, with the crowd and everything. So I'm gonna take Clemson at home in a shootout.
Yep, I can see that as well. Oh, well,
we lost Jay.
Yeah, hey,
he's back on.
And we lost the slides. I couldn't take over the slides. They weren't there no more, Jay.
I know. Hey, as much as my life goes.
It wasn't my fault.
hey, Logan, who you rocking with? Did you go with NC State or did you go Clemson? I don't know if you get that.
No, I'll go Clemson in this one. Like I said, DJU, he's been iffy. He's looked better in some games. I love Devin Leary, though, NC State. He's a tremendous quarterback. But I'm going to go the head coaching advantage of Dabo Swinney getting this one. If not, it might not be the prettiest sight over there at Clemson. Who knows?
Yeah, and I think Rob Scott is saying the same thing. He's saying that Clemson's going to have a bounce back game. I don't know. I hear you, Rob, but I lost a lot of confidence in Clemson after last week's struggles. So I am going to stay with my original.
NC State has a good defense, man.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that too, Gonzo. And that's why I'm also sticking with NC State as well. Quick question. Who's going to get the upset here? I'm going to give you two games, and you tell me who gets the upset. The first one is Alabama versus Arkansas. The second one is Georgia versus Missouri. Who are you rocking with to get the upset? That would either be Missouri or Arkansas. And we're going to go reverse order this go around. Big shot, Rob. Who are you rocking with?
Ouch.
Arkansas. Go Razorbacks. You know, I think Georgia's a better team than Missouri. I can't see Georgia losing to Missouri, but, you know, we saw Alabama play Texas. They looked a little bit iffy. Arkansas is a pretty good team. They got a good squad. So I'm going with the Razorbacks here.
Nice. Okay. And Gonzo, who are you rolling with?
I'm going with Arkansas as well. I think out of them two teams, Arkansas has a better chance against Alabama than Missouri does Georgia. I think Georgia is going to roll against Missouri, and I think Alabama is going to struggle some with Arkansas. They're 17.5-point favorites, and actually today on my sports betting show, I didn't say that Arkansas would win the game, but I definitely do think it's going to be a closer game than 17.5 points. But yeah, I think Arkansas has a better chance of getting the upset than Missouri would.
Yeah,
I'm with you, Chris.
Yeah, and I'm gonna. I hate pounding on the bandwagon, but I'm gonna jump on that too. And I always say that because we saw Alabama struggle with Texas, and that's still in the back of my mind. I can't get that.
Well,
how they almost got beat.
We saw Kent State struggle a little bit, or Georgia struggle a little bit with Kent State.
Well, that's true. That's true.
And also, Jay, let's not forget, Arkansas has one of the best defenses in the country.
Yes.
I mean, they have some amazing guys on the O-line. Or, excuse me, the D-line also. And KJ Jefferson is no slouch at the quarterback position either.
Oh, no, I get it.
I'll go with Arkansas getting the upset over Alabama all day.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride with my gut on that, and I'm gonna stay with it, and I'm gonna go Arkansas gets the upset over Alabama. Now, Rob Scott will tell you that neither team gonna get the upset, but I'm gonna tell you right now. Hey, we thought they probably said the same thing about Oklahoma, and they probably thought about the same thing about Texas. Now, I understand Texas lost, but that was damn close. I mean, that's about as close as you can get. I'm just saying, okay. And that was an unranked team, so it is what it is. And I know John says almost, but, hey, I'm just saying upsets can happen.
And the question was which team had the better chance.
Yeah, well, I feel it, and I do feel it, man. I honestly feel an upset coming on Saturday. I don't know why, but it's something that just hit me.
Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time.
And we also got some other big games. They got Baylor versus Oklahoma State, and then you got Wake Forest versus Florida State. I'm just want to get you guys' picks on who you think wins. I'm rolling with Wake Forest, and I'm rolling with Baylor. Who are you guys rolling with? Gonzo?
I'm gonna go with Oklahoma State, and actually, I'm gonna go with Florida State over Wake Forest.
Ooh, nice. Big shot, Rob.
Yeah, I'm going with Baylor, and I'm going with Florida State over Wake Forest.
Nice. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys are bypassing what Wake Forest did to Clemson. Okay, it is what it is. Logan. Hey, Logan. Listen. Clearly, Big Shot Rob and Gonzo got glaucoma in their eyesight, and they're not paying attention. But how do you see that rolling out? Are you gonna stay in the same bandwagon? Have you got Florida State over Wake Forest?
No, I got Wake Forest because that's going to be a good matchup. Obviously, 22-23, I believe. So I'll go Wake Forest getting that one. And then for the other game, that's Baylor and OK State. I'll go with the Bears. I'll go Baylor on that one.
Oh man, Logan are rocking. Jesus.
I think I'm the only one that took OK State or no.
And I'll tell you what, if you get that, Chris, you look like the goat, a genius. We're all gonna look like a bunch of sheep.
I don't know if one pick gets that status.
And then John Suggs says Oregon State might beat Utah for okay. That's a good one as well. Oregon State versus Utah. I have Iowa State over Kansas.
I do like the
West Virginia over Texas.
I do like the West Virginia over Texas. I think
you like the West Virginia over Texas.
I think that could be an interesting game.
I'm rolling with Texas on that one. I'm gonna roll Texas. I just think. Yeah, Texas will get back. We're gonna be all right. I'm gonna go Texas over West Virginia on that one. And JP chimes in. FSU, y'all crazy as hell. JP, I'm not gonna go against you, brother. You're a sports bettor. I might just go down and put my money on that. So yeah, I'm gonna roll. You know, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna go FSU just because JP said so.
What was that you were saying, Jay?
Just because JP said so. I'm just saying. I'm rocking with JP, man. Listen. He could have charged me in a parlay for that, but I got that little nugget for free, so we're going to rock that. All right. Hey, listen, let's roll into the next subject matter, and that would be, will LeBron James get a scoring title before he retires? Now, you all know that James is due to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem is at 38,387. And I think Braun is about 1,300 plus points behind him. I think he's going to knock that 1,300 points out the park either by the end of this year or next year. Maybe next year. But I think he definitely will be the number one scorer in all of NBA history. And on that note, he's also, he's got a lot of accolades, man. 30 minutes played. 14th on the list, I believe, in total games. So, 7th on the list is an assist, but the guy's 5% at the free throw line, number 11 on the three-point list. And then, it just goes on and on. I think with a healthy AD and a Westbrook, I think they're going to get him. And he averaged, 30 points last season? It's hard to say if he gets it, man, because there's a lot of players in the league that are putting up high averages when it comes to points. And I don't think LeBron might have been third or fourth on that list. I think LeBron finishes as the number one scorer in the league ever, but I don't think he gets the scoring title before he retires. I just don't see that happening. Gonzo, what's your thoughts?
I don't think he's going to get another scoring title before he retires.
He don't even have one scoring title.
Yeah, well, I don't think he's going to get one. My bad, sorry. But
I'm just saying, it's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy because as long as he's been the best player in the league for a long time, but now he's getting older in his career, and I just think there's going to be other guys like your Durant's, and you got John Morant now that's a scorer. I think you're going to get some of these other guys that are going to be able to put more points up in the season than what he will, especially with having AD on the court. And like you said, a healthy Westbrook as well. So I just don't see him being able to put up enough points to compete with some of the younger guys that you have in the league now that are so explosive.
Yeah, John Suggs says he doesn't think so because of LeBron's health, and he does do some load management. He says he comes 300 to 500 points from Kareem, it looks like is what he's saying. So, yeah, I'm right there with you. I think because of load management and probably taking some games off, I don't think he gets that scoring average either. Big shot, Rob?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's going to get a scoring title before he retires because you just look at the league. There's so many great scorers. You got, Curry, Durant, John Morant, Damian Lillard. You just have so many great scorers now in the league. The list goes on and on. Do I think LeBron James is going to be the all-time leading scorer of all time? Of course. That's bound to happen. It's just when. But you look at LeBron, yeah. He's just an all-around player, and his playing with obviously Westbrook and AD. You're going to see LeBron start to slow down a little bit, like maybe pass the torch. If AD's good this year, I think LeBron's going to pass that torch to AD and start slowing it down and just not being that number one guy anymore,
No, I definitely agree with you. And also, I think what keeps him from getting the scoring title is going to be Joel Embiid. I think
Yeah,
Joel
that's
is
another
going to
one.
be his kryptonite because, Joel gets you about 40 to 50, damn near. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
definitely agree.
I think with the load management, and like you said, he's advancing in age. I just think, he's not going to have a lot of his opportunities as much as Joel is going to have. I mean, Joel is pretty much their primary guy. Whereas Braun, when you got an AD and a West, all these other guys who want the rock and want to score, I think it hampers him a lot in his chances. So, I mean, hey, I'm not going to say he can't, but I would say it's going to be a long shot.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next one. Stroud, Bennett, Young. Who's your Heisman favorite? Again, I think out of the three, I'm gonna go Stroud. I'm gonna go CJ Stroud. I just think with that Ohio offense and things of that nature, I love Stroud. Now Young, we've seen Young do some pretty miraculous things too. So I don't want to take anything from him, but I think Stroud, in my opinion, gets it. But I also think, well, first of all, the question I got for you guys is number one, who do you think gets a Heisman? And number two, I know I mentioned three names, Young, Stroud, and Bennett, but what other players out there are we overlooking that could sneak up and grab the Heisman? Gonzo.
I think I like Stroud as the favorite right now as to win the Heisman wise. On the other question, I'd have to really look into that. Really, Jay. Nobody's really no name is popping up right in my head for that question.
All right, hey, I'll catch you on the flip side. We'll put that question up again. Um, Big shot, Rob, man. Out of the three or more, who do you think gets it? And is there anybody out there that outside of the big three that we're overlooking?
Yeah, I'd probably go with Young. I haven't got a chance to watch really Stroud or Bennett or these other guys. I've watched Young, so I would probably go with him. As far as other guys, I mean, I was gonna say that the Miami, if Miami would have won their games, I would have said Miami's quarterback whatever his name is, Van Dyke. But since Miami's been struggling so much and losing, I'd have to take him off the list. So yeah, I can't really think of anybody at this time right now. But as the season keeps going, I would say, yeah, there's bound to be somebody else to get into the Heisman race. Somebody will definitely get a fourth and fifth player in there for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to go with John Suggs. That's who I had on my list. I had Hayden Booker from Tennessee that I thought could sneak in there. He's got a 71% completion rate, 8 touchdowns, no picks, and he's rushed for 175. So the guy has a really nice all-around game for what he's doing out there with Tennessee. We know how well Tennessee's playing. Another long shot that I think could slide in would be Will Anderson, the edge rusher from Alabama. He's got 5 tackles.
That's who I was going to go with after I started looking at it.
Yeah, Will Anderson. He's got 5 tackles for his fourth consecutive game. He obviously puts a lot of immense disruption on the quarterback. He's got 3 stops for loss, 2.5 sacks, 7 tackles for loss, for crying out loud. And then altogether for the season, he's got 4.5 sacks. So
also Brock Bowers from Georgia, tight end.
That's a nice long shot. That's a possibility. God, yeah, I think any one of those 3 or 4 guys, could pop in there because again, this is very early. And one thing I know about early on in the season, lots of things can happen. You can run into some bad luck. You can run into some injuries. I mean, you don't know 100% what's going to happen down the road. So, yeah, for early predictions, I like that. Logan, I'm going to give you a shot.
Okay.
It's a 2-part question. The first part is, who gets the Heisman? We know the Young, Stroud, and Bennett are the 3, tier 1 guys, right? Do you see any one of those 3, or do you have an alternate? And then give me a player or 2 that you think we haven't talked about that could sneak up in there.
So out of those 3, and I've been saying it for a while now, I thought CJ Stroud would be Heisman. I think he's had a really good year, and I would throw him up there for my pick. As for some guys that we need to mention a little more, obviously I think Will Anderson out of Alabama And I'll go with John. We'll say with Blake Corum here out of Michigan. Small dude, but he can get it done.
Yeah, he's impressive especially for being a
And
smaller guy.
I will say, Jay, if your boy Robinson can step it up a little bit more, I'll throw him in there too.
Yeah, no, I get that. And you know what, guys? Here's the thing. Me personally, I prefer the smaller running backs. Like, what was that one running back that was hell on wheels for Jacksonville? Maurice Jones, MJD, Maurice Jones-Drew.
Oh man, don't bring up his name, man. You're gonna give me nightmares.
Bro, exactly.
Colts fan, you're gonna give me nightmares, man.
Bro, hey, listen, when you got thighs bigger than oak trees, and you're like 5'6" to 5'8", and you got a motor, bruh.
Dude, he rushed over 300 yards on the Colts in one game.
Oh man, I'm telling you, hey, that Maurice Jones, and that's the thing. I like smaller running backs. I really do. They're not as big a target to hit like a bigger guy, so they're tougher to take down. You know, when you're like Mighty Mouse, Cade McNamara. Okay.
Yeah, back in 06, dude, MJD ran for like 300 something yards on the Colts. I can't, man. Dude was tough.
Oh man, what a time to be alive. Yeah, I know. Trust me. Quick question. So Nash, KD, they clear the air. Kind of wondering how far they can go in the East this year. Quick rundown. KD, you know, like we said earlier, I think on the afternoon show, we know KD's a professional on the court. He's going to do his job. My question still is, I got a couple of questions. Number one, will Kyrie show up? Number two, will Simmons actually step out onto the damn hard court? Just to give you a rundown of what their team looks like, you got Irvin and Harris at the guards. You got Durant and Simmons as your forwards and Nick Claxton as your center. And then you got Curry, Mills, O'Neal, and Markieff Morris coming off the bench. My two question marks, obviously, in that lineup is Irving and Simmons. And can they get the chemistry with the whole team? Because I feel like there's a couple of issues. I think number one, like I said, is Irving showing up, Simmons coming and actually getting on the hard court. And then thirdly, can this team actually mesh with the Steve Nash? Because me personally, I don't think this is a team that Steve Nash can get to the promised land. I just don't. I think he's too green. I think he's too young. And there are too many personalities and issues on this squad to really put it together the way it should be put together. I think a Popovich or a Phil Jackson or somebody who has, you know, more like a Doc Rivers, maybe somebody who can mesh personalities would be more appropriate to get this team farther. But that's just my opinion. Gonzo, what do you think, man?
Yeah, man, I think this team has the ability to go to the finals if everybody's healthy and they're right. The question is everybody going to be playing, be in the right state of mind? Two things that worry me the most about the Nets are injuries, if they can get through the season injury-free. And the other thing is I don't think they have a true leader on the team. That's what worries me the most is I don't think they have a true leader on the court. KD's a great player, but he hasn't proved that he can lead a team. And then you have Kyrie. I think Kyrie is going to show up and buy in and play. But are they going to be able to build a chemistry? And somebody, I think the big key is somebody on that team going to step up and be a leader. If they get somebody to do that, I think this team could be real dangerous. But injuries and leadership are the two things that kind of worry me about the Brooklyn Nets.
I agree. Now, John Suggs, Big Shot Rob, John Suggs says that he feels like Kyrie is a leader, not KD, in my opinion. Obviously, KD's not a leader. But I got to tell you, man, I don't think in any way, shape, or form Kyrie is a leader. And I'm going to tell you why. If you're taking sabbaticals from your team, that you're not a leader. A leader is there in front of the team, directing them, showing them, guiding them, and all the things and all the facets. And you can't do that if you're not there. A leader sets the example for the team. A leader has a Mamba-like mentality. You know, a Jordan, a Kobe Bryant, you know, those are leaders. Kyrie is just a guy he plays the game extremely well, but he is a very selfish individual. And because he's so selfish and he puts himself above the team, that's why I don't think he's a leader. Big Shot Rob, though, what is your opinion on the matter?
Yeah, I don't think Kyrie's a leader at all. Pretty much this guy, he's out for himself. You know, he misses games. He didn't want to get the vaccine. He couldn't play in home games for like half of last season, and then finally they uplifted the thing so he could play. He's just too selfish. I just think he's just too into himself. I don't think he really wants to win. I don't think KD can really lead him or teach him or anything like that, because I don't think KD's much of a leader either. I mean, he's never shown in his career that he was a leader. I mean, even in Oklahoma City, being with Westbrook, he was kind of the leader of the team, but they did get to the finals once, but I never viewed him as a leader. Then he goes to Golden State and he joins a ready-made championship team where he doesn't really have to be the leader of the team. It was Steph Curry, and he wins a couple championships there. I thought he should have just stayed in Golden State. I never really understood why he left Golden State to go start Brooklyn, to go to play for Brooklyn. I guess it's because he wants to prove to everyone in the NBA that he's a leader, that he can lead a team to a championship. So, people will try to compare him to LeBron, but he's nothing like LeBron. You can't compare KD to LeBron. I mean, KD's a great scorer. He's not a leader. He can't get guys to mesh together, chemistry. We don't know what Ben Simmons is going to look like this year. He hasn't played in a year or two. We don't know what he's going to look like this year. Kyrie, you never know what his head is like. So it's going to be interesting. If they can mesh together and get chemistry, I think they can make the playoffs and be somewhat of a contender. I don't see them making the finals, though. I just think something will mess up with this team where it just doesn't work out. That's how I feel.
Absolutely. Damian has such a dumb take. He says LeBron takes sabbaticals, so I guess he's not a leader. I've never really seen LeBron ditch his team for no reason and not tell them anything. So, yeah, Damon, I guess you're right, but I'm not entertaining it. Logan, what's your thought process on what's going on with the Brooklyn Nets?
Hey, come here, Scrap.
Okay. I think Logan's on a sabbatical right now, too, so maybe we'll have to catch up with him. John Suggs makes a good point, too. He also says that Nash has been the problem everywhere he's been. Nash has had a lot of issues, right? He went to L.A. for a while, and injuries, I think it was mostly injuries that just plagued the crap out of him. He never really got on the court with L.A. I thought he had the only time I really liked Nash is when he played with Phoenix. I thought he fit well within D'Antoni's system.
He got two MVPs for it.
A little bit of time in Dallas, but I'm not a big fan of Nash, honestly. I'm really just not. Logan, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, what's your thought process on Nash and KD clearing the air, number one, and how far do you see this team actually going?
I mean, let's be real here, Jay. Did they really clear the air, or was that just to get people like us off their backs? You can never really tell. I'm just saying. But I don't think they can get to the finals. I don't. I think we're on agreement that the egos of the individuals involved are just way too much. And there's no team aspect there except for the other guys that we never mentioned. Like I said, Steve Nash, great player, but inexperienced coach. Kyrie, great player. Halftime's not on the court, whether it's for COVID or injuries, we never know. Durant, hell of a player. MVPs, awards, all this stuff. Not much of a leader, though. I mean, we saw that in Oklahoma. He was young. He can pass it there. In Golden State, it was all Steph's show. I know how he did get in the finals, but come on, let's be real here. Simmons, still unproven, honestly. I mean, he looked good 5 years ago? For a year or two? But he ain't played in over a year. So
yeah, absolutely.
I just think chemistry is going to be the issue. It's going to be a while for them. I think they'll be fine if they look into the playoffs. Don't get me wrong. But, I mean, it might be a repeat of last year, guys. I'm not saying they're going to get swept again. But they might get bounced round one if they don't come together.
Leadership definitely worries me. What'd you say, Jay?
I was going to say, I totally agree with him. And I was going to say, what were you going to say?
I said leadership is what scares me the most about that team. They haven't showed there's any leadership there.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's just, and that's an unfortunate thing is it all comes down to leadership. It comes down to the fact that Kyrie's not a leader. It comes down to the fact that LeBron's not a leader. And truthfully, if we're being honest, it comes down to Steve Nash not being a leader or a strong-willed coach. If you're a pushover coach, this team is never going to go anywhere. Somebody's got to be the leader in this team. And right now, from the head coach down, there really is no leadership. And I'm even going to go further than that and say the upper level management isn't really a true leader because they kind of made a statement, but then really never got involved and really never got into the core of what's going on. If I'm the GM, I'm all the way through KD. I'm all the way through Kyrie. I've got Nash. I mean, we're hammering out on all-nighters. We're going to get this figured. I mean, I just don't see it within this team to have that mentality of, hey, we need to get our shit together. I just don't see that in this team. And I think for that reason and that reason alone, maybe they get fourth and they get fourth in the league based on talent, just on talent alone. All right, folks, we're going to get into some final thoughts so that way Logan doesn't beat the crap out of me. Gonzo, what's your final thoughts, brother?
Hey, we're just about 5 minutes away from what I think is going to be a great football game. Please hit the like and subscribe button or like and follow button on the Unscripted Facebook page.
Yes.
We would greatly appreciate that. And also check us out. Check at Gonzo Sports Room out and check us out this Saturday. Big wrestling show. Mick Foley, Boogeyman. Come join us for that this Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Do me a favor before I get to the final thoughts from Big Shot Rob. If you just put on the mask again, so we can go out with you wearing the mask. I would really appreciate that. That mask likes awesome.
Oh, he's grabbing it. Well,
yeah,
we gotta wait.
I want to go out. I want to go out with that face. Big Shot Rob, what are your final thoughts, brother?
Yeah, looking forward to a good football game tonight. Good football weekend. Obviously, looking forward to Aaron Judge, seeing if he can win the Triple Crown and also get that home run record.
There we go.
It's possible he does both. Shout out to my man JP for tuning in today. Also, my other friend Terry. I'll try to be on with you guys Saturday. You know, I'll be at work, but yeah, looking forward to a good football weekend. Baseball as well, and college football as well. Should be good.
Yeah, absolutely. Logan, final thoughts, brother.
Yeah, hope everyone has a good, safe weekend. Especially if you're near the Florida area, like me and JR in Georgia. I'm sure we're gonna be getting some rain. Best wishes out there, man, because it's rough. But yeah, like I said, enjoy some sports. Got a lot of football, obviously. Basketball's on the horizon with training camps underway. Baseball's getting towards the end, so we got a lot going on, and it's gonna be a fun time. Also, Chris, that's a sweet mask.
Thank you.
It is, man. Every time I see Chris wear that mask, all I think is they got Rey Mysterio in my mind. JP says, great show, brothers. John Suggs says, instinct, we getting 4 to 6 inches of rain.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Hey, North Carolina, South Carolina. Hey, look, all these guys are going to be getting that rain. John Suggs, appreciate you for being on the coming on the comments, and thoughts and prayers are with you and your family as well as we go to the tail end of this storm. Hopefully it gets in and out.
Oh, can I say one more thing, Jay?
Yeah, absolutely. Say whatever you want. We love you.
I forgot. I also have a wrestling show tonight at 9 o'clock. We're going to air some of the best matches of the year from DCCW, which is the organization that's going to have the big show Saturday. That way, if people want to tune in, they'll kind of know some of the wrestlers. So tonight at 9 o'clock, if you want to watch some wrestling, there'll be, I think, 7 or 8 matches that we're going to air live on the Gonzo Sports Room channel and at the All Sports All Plays Network.
And will we get to see you wearing the mask?
No, not in that video. You won't see me with the mask on.
Damn it. Okay, well, it is what it is.
These are all pre-taped.
No, actually, no. At the beginning, yes. At the beginning, when I do the introduction for the video, I will have the mask on.
It doesn't matter. I done taken about 4 pictures of you in that mask, and it's going to be my new screensaver, so it's all good. Hey, John Suggs says probably running the fire department calls all day, saving people that live in the low areas. See y'all next week, boys. Absolutely, John Suggs. Please be safe in all that you do, and we appreciate your service to the fire department and to the city in which you live in. And thoughts and prayers are with you, brother. I'm from Houston. I live in a low-lying area, and we know what Harvey did to Houston. So I know exactly the things you're talking about. It's pretty rough. Then JP says, be safe with that storm, brothers. Yeah. If you don't know, JP, he's out there in Miami. So, he was the first one that dealt with it. Damien says, do y'all think Christian McCaffrey is overrated since he has a hard time staying healthy? I'm going to say no. I don't think he's overrated. I just think he's just had an unfortunate career with injuries. Does anybody feel any different? If so, speak up real quick.
Nah, I'm with you.
I agree with you.
Yep.
And last, my beautiful wife Melanie says, hey guys. And to Melanie, I say, Melanie, please, we're working. If you're going to come in here and you want to promote your business, throw your 800 number there with how much you charge by the hour. Okay, folks. I shouldn't say that. That's still wrong. Again, this is a PG rated show, and we support all things legal. Hey folks. No, seriously though, man. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. We appreciate Gonzo / Rey Mysterio. Again, Saturday, correct, Gonzo? Mick Foley, it's on Saturday, correct?
Yep, Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Make sure you tune in to Gonzo, 7 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. I promise you, with the whole Mick Foley thing, I just feel like great things are going to happen on that show. You don't want to miss it. Big shot, Rob, my brother from another mother. Man, appreciate you being on the show. Logan, babyface. I just hope you didn't get any
Bengals down tonight.
Yeah, that's right, man. That's right.
Up, Bengals down. Let's go.
And lastly, man, I want to say thanks again to JP from the UnderdogKings.com. I say again, the UnderdogKings.com. If you want to place bets and you need some advice on what picks to make, go to the UnderdogKings.com and JP will guide you. He's got some pretty good packages, different amounts. He's got some 3 picks, 7 picks. He's got them all. And he will be sure to get you pointed in the right direction to make some money.
Bengals are going to get the ball first to start the game.
Okay. And on that note, folks, it's been nice hanging out with you guys. We will see you at 8 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday with the latest recaps and sports news. Until next time, it's your boy Jay McLovin saying, peace out.